You may have heard of recent talk about the United States and Greenland, but what's really going on? Hey, it's Dan Zimmerman and welcome back to Illustrate to Educate. In this video, we'll objectively break down why Greenland matters, how U.S. involvement could happen, and the potential good, bad, and ugly of the situation, including its impact on NATO and global politics. Over the past several years, the idea of the United States gaining greater control over Greenland has periodically surfaced in political discussions. Most recently, renewed attention has been sparked by statements from U.S. leadership emphasizing Greenland's strategic importance. While no formal takeover process is underway, the issue has raised diplomatic tensions and public debate among the United States, Denmark, Greenland, and other NATO allies. Greenland is the world's largest island and is a semi-autonomous territory within the Kingdom of Denmark. It governs most of its internal affairs, while Denmark is responsible for defense and foreign policy. Greenland is also home to a small population of roughly 57,000 people, most of whom are indigenous Inuit. The primary reason the United States is interested in Greenland is geography. Greenland sits in a key position in the Arctic, between North America and Europe, and near major routes used by military aircraft and submarines. As the Arctic becomes more accessible due to melting ice, the region is becoming more strategically important. Another reason is national security. U.S. officials have expressed concern about increasing Russian and Chinese activity in the Arctic. From the American perspective, strengthening influence in Greenland could help monitor or deter potential military movements in the region. There is also an economic factor. Greenland is believed to have large deposits of rare earth minerals and other natural resources that are important for modern technologies, including electronics, renewable energy systems, and defense equipment. In theory, there are only a few ways the United States could gain more control over Greenland. One would be through diplomacy, such as negotiating expanded military access or economic agreements with Denmark and Greenland. The U.S. already operates a military base in Greenland under existing agreements. Another theoretical option that has been mentioned historically is a purchase or transfer of sovereignty. However, both Denmark and Greenland have repeatedly stated that Greenland is not for sale, and international law strongly favors self-determination for the people who live there. Any use of military force would be considered extremely unlikely and widely condemned, especially since Denmark is a NATO ally. Such a move would represent a major break from international norms and alliances. Supporters of stronger U.S. involvement argue that increased American presence could improve Arctic security and stability. They say it would help prevent rival powers from gaining influence in a strategically sensitive region. Some also argue that U.S. investment could bring economic development to Greenland, including infrastructure improvements, jobs, and access to global markets, if done cooperatively and with local consent. From this perspective, closer ties with the United States are framed as a strategic partnership rather than a takeover. Next, let's talk about some major concerns and criticisms. Critics point first to sovereignty. Greenland's elected leaders have consistently said that Greenland's future should be decided by Greenlanders, not foreign governments. Many residents are wary of outside powers treating the island as a strategic asset rather than a homeland. There are also serious concerns about NATO unity. Denmark and the United States are both members of NATO, an alliance built on mutual defense and trust. Any attempt by one member to seize or pressure another member's territory could severely damage the alliance. Environmental concerns are another issue. Greenland's ecosystem is fragile, and large-scale mining and military expansion could have long-term consequences for the environment and local communities. The situation becomes more complicated when viewed globally. Increased tension over Greenland risks turning the Arctic into a zone of competition rather than cooperation. That could encourage military buildup not only by the United States, but also by Russia and other Arctic nations. Diplomatic strain is already visible. Statements suggesting ownership or control have caused anger and anxiety among Greenlandic officials and discomfort among European allies. Even without action, the rhetoric alone can weaken trust. Here's what to know going forward. Legally and politically, Greenland cannot be taken without the consent of its people and Denmark. International law strongly supports self-determination, and Greenland's leaders have been clear in rejecting any form of forced control. The most realistic future involves continued negotiations over military access, economic cooperation, and Arctic security rather than changes in sovereignty. Ultimately, the Greenland debate is less about land ownership and more about how global power shifts are reshaping strategic regions, alliances, and international norms in the 21st century. Did you find this video about Greenland to be helpful? If so, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Illustrate to Educate to support more illustrated explainers on current events, politics, and much more.